What's good, fam? It's your boy Mikey, and today we're gonna go over my song Puddle off of the Thunderbirdz EP. It's a super easy song, it's 3 chords. Let's get into it. Alright, so this song is in the key of F, and it's a 1-2-4 progression. It's F, G minor, and B flat, but I play it with the capo on the 3rd fret and drop D position. So I'm gonna speak relative to the capo. So the 3 chords that we have is D7. These are all power chords. So a D7 power chord, an E minor power chord, E minor 7 power chord, and a G7 power chord. All right, those are the only 3 chords you need to know. All right, so this song is in 4 parts. There's an intro, there's a verse, a chorus, and an outro. Let's go over the intro. All right, so for the intro, you're basically playing those 3 chords, but you're adding a melody in the treble, and it sounds like this. So that riff, it's basically 2 parts. It's the main riff, and then there's a fluctuation. And the main riff, it goes like this. So you play the D7 chord, and then you play open on the D string, and then you go back to the 4th fret on the D string. So, and then you do something very similar for the next chord, for the E minor. So you go 2nd fret, open, and then 2nd fret here on the D string. So. And then for the last part, it's just 2 strums. So that's the whole main riff. And there's like a little shadow strum right before the. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's the main riff. So next is the first fluctuation, which is simple hammer on, pull off, pull off. On the D string, 4, 5, 4, open. And then on the A string, the same thing, 4, 5, 4, open. So you have the main riff, fluctuation, main riff, and then the next fluctuation. Oh shit. The next fluctuation, which is very similar, 4, 5, 4, open. But then you go 5, 7, 5, open. So you have main riff, fluctuation 1, main riff, fluctuation 2, main riff, back to fluctuation 1, and then main riff, and then at the end you just strum 4 times. So let's do it. Fluctuation 1, fluctuation 2, fluctuation 1, strum. That's the intro. All right, so the intro and the verse are very similar. It uses that main riff, but then you just add 4 extra strums. And the 4 extra strums, it's just G7, G7, and then 7th fret on the A string, and 5th fret on the A string. So. Just like that. Oh yeah, so you do it 3 times, and then the 4th time you do that strum again. So play the whole thing.
Jumping in puddles, I got so mad I bruised my knuckles. I'm feeling sad from all these troubles. Shout out my son, let's have a huddle.
Alright, so the chorus is even easier than the other parts. It's 2 chords. It's the E7, E minor 7, and the G7. Except you add a little melody, right? We're always adding little melodies. You hit the E7, regular E7 3 times, and then you add 4th fret on the G string. You strum it 4 times. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you play the G7, you strum three times, and then you add 7th fret on the A string and you strum 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Eyes moving forward, slow down, hard. I'm pacing toward all our scars. I'm hanging your words on my heart before whatever you said forever.
So right there at the end, you do that 4 strum again. Alright, so that was the chorus. Now for the outro, it's just like the intro, whereas you have the main riff and then an inflection. Main riff and then inflection. Except the main riff of the outro is just slightly different. On the E minor chord, you only strum twice instead of 3 times. It sounds like this. So the second time you play through, you just hold that chord, the last G7. That's the main riff, and so now you just add the inflections in between. The first inflection starts on the A string, 4, 5, 7, 4. So, sounds like this. Back to the main riff. Second inflection. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Same thing, you just go 1 string down. The third inflection, it goes like this: 7, 5, 4, 5. 7, 5, 4, 5. So you play main riff, first inflection, main riff, second inflection, main riff, third inflection, then main riff. And on the last main riff, you're just gonna strum it out. And you actually slow the tempo and then do a whole loop. Sounds like this. Tempo changes. Same thing, slower. That is the outro. That's the whole song. So let's add it all together and see how it sounds like. Play the track.
take my time just like a turtle. 1, 2, 3 on time, I'm cordial. I'm dressing nice because it's formal. Change your plans, making do with what we can. Me and you, my favorite band. Songs we'd only understand. Why is moving forward so damn hard? I'm pacing toward all our scars. I'm hanging your words on my heart. Before whatever you said forever. That's my bad. I ran too fast, fell on my ass. Caught up with bags and slinging gas, but never catch me looking back. Psych, you'll be on my mind when I'm trying to fall asleep. Your voice, it makes me weak. Can I hit rewind? It was just you blew in me. So blind I couldn't see. Why is moving forward so damn hard? I'm pacing toward all our scars. I'm hanging your words on my heart. Before whatever you said forever.
This program was brought to you by Coors Light. Drink more responsibly.